They asked him about
It's
Fat
finna
Joe comments
go
about him,
down.
and he proceeded to expose Fat Joe. And we're gonna cover it in this video and even do like a deep dive into the accusations, because I fact checked what 6ix9ine said, and it's 100% true.
Fat Joe said that.
Fat Joe's a.
I know he just didn't say what he. I know he just didn't say that. I know he just ain't say what I think he said. Come on, man. We gotta respect the legends. Come on, man. Fat Joe is one of the legends.
Lean back. We've been leaning back for 20 years, man. Like,
He said you crowned yourself the rat leader and you wrote the 48 laws of snitching.
So let's pause here real quick and go back to what Fat Joe has been saying about 6ix9ine over the years. Because Fat Joe has been relentless on 6ix9ine over the years. We got statements from like 2-3 years ago on Math Hoffa of him calling 6ix9ine out of his name. And we got statements from as recently as like last month of Fat Joe going off on 6ix9ine. So 6ix9ine is like what, a top 3, top 4?
Hey, 6ix9ine, do not play around.
Biggest rat in hip hop history. Cool. Like if you consider Alpo, is Alpo a hip hop figure? He's part of the culture, I would say. But 6ix9ine is probably the most famous rat in hip hop history. Okay, so whenever we think about ratting, especially in this new age when it comes to snitching in hip hop, we think about 6ix9ine. Now, when Fat Joe was on Math Hoffa,
that's a fact.
Fat Joe called 6ix9ine a P, called 6ix9ine a B.
6ix9ine is the face of ratting, and Diddy is the face of all the freaky, zesty stuff.
And his frustration, though, actually came because he warned 6ix9ine about the RICO and what was going to happen, but 6ix9ine never took his advice and then went all bad once he got into the situation.
This show gonna get me in trouble. I'm for sure.
How did you feel
I gotta go.
after warning Tekashi? Because I saw it when you sat with him. And I was like, Joe is trying to put him on right now, and
I'm
don't
gonna
think
just
he's
be honest
getting it.
with you. Damn, you went there?
Yeah, I went there.
This is a sucker.
Oh.
He's a sucker. A
So let me get
okay.
Why he on that?
No, I ain't drink. I'm dead sober.
Crazy. Talk, man. Yeah.
No, I'm dead sober. This dude here, this type of shit, this doing, I'm convinced he wanna die. I don't wish it on him or nothing like that, but I'm convinced he's miserable in his body. He can't look in the mirror. Nah, I don't know if he gotta be. He's a lot of
He just got knocked.
So now the man snitch, right? Cool, do you or whatever.
How did you know that?
I don't like the taunting. I try to tell him, like, what happens? Like, yo, bro, listen, I didn't know if he really did it. I didn't know what was going on. The crazy shit is when I talked to him in that interview, I talked to him off the air, and he lied to me and told me, yo, this is just an image, I'm fronting this and this and that. He told me that in front of Shotty and them. They were standing right there with him.
He said, what?
Joe, he
This is
told
just
me
an
that he was
image.
lying.
He's an image.
Yo, Joe, I'm not really doing this. I'm not a gangster. You know, this is all for like promotion. I got it. At that point, I said, so you're not doing nothing because you're going to go to jail if you're really doing stuff.
Right.
Nah, Joe, I don't do nothing. I'm good. So I'm like, all right.
I'm not 40. I'm not even 30 yet, okay? But I would imagine once you get to age 40, you start to value tranquility and peace. And if peace is your focus, now I understand he was asked this question, so I guess you know kind of got to answer. But bro, I'm not talking about nobody snitching in no interviews, bro. All right, like I'm not calling somebody out their name. I'm not dissing them because he ain't snitch on me and he ain't snitch on nobody I know. He snitched on some dudes who I told him in front of them what was gonna happen, and they still kept him around. All right, but Fat Joe apparently is like the, I don't know, the prime minister of hip hop now. He is so anti-rat, you know, that's his stance. That's a stance that he's taken. So that's what Fat Joe is currently on. Now, that was years ago, though. As of lately, now, after that, like, I think Tekashi kind of dissed him in a couple other interviews after that. But as of lately, like a month ago, Fat Joe brought up the topic of snitching. Now, he would tell Jadakiss this was a topic that he set up at night thinking about because he needed a good topic to discuss. And he thought a good topic to discuss was who started the snitching epidemic in hip-hop. And he would say it was 6ix9ine.
Yo, what's the event in hip hop that broke the camel's back?
Hey.
Pause.
Yo.
To make it to where you could snitch
And if you make good music or something, you can still live out here in hip hop. Like what was the straw that broke the camel's back in hip hop where we had a code and there is no code no more. There just isn't no code no more.
I feel like
and,
it don't matter.
What do you think is the event?
Bro, the streets is dead. Snitching do not matter no more. I swear, it don't matter. Like, you gonna do 100 years or you gonna come home today, tomorrow? You coming home. Everybody snitching. The rappers, the street niggas, the killers, everybody. I don't put it past nobody that they not gonna snitch. So, all that street stuff is dead. It's a myth. I'm sorry, y'all. But if you want to be a street nigga, you just signing up to fail. I'm sorry. GG's. Good luck to you.
That, I remember growing up, even if you was fronting, you wasn't a real gangster, but you was spitting gangster rap shit. You wasn't with the rats like that. Right now, this
too many of them
sold out concerts.
I don't think you can escape them. They all around. They're like New York City rats. Humans. It's rats everywhere. And everywhere is everything,
Too many Fredos, not enough Michaels.
That's a fact.
Some of these guys got to take a boat ride, never come back. Sammy the Bull is the most famous rat on the earth. Sammy the Bull. Then you came Alpo. Guy everybody looked up to, charismatic, Harlem Fly, Louis Vuitton, this, that, Toll. He did that, right?
Shout out to Wayne Perry and Wayne Perry Jr.
Then, in hip-hop, the day 6ix9ine sat on that stand.
Yo.
No!
Man.
You remember, if you're watching the story, they taking him to court in bulletproof vests. They acting like he was telling on El Chapo. He put a lot of good people in jail, man.
Facts.
No,
we got to put him away till it's time.
Yo,
my feeling is
they had a bulletproof vest on them. I did not know that.
I feel his time is going to be soon, though.
We're going to need a lot of...
Yeah.
Does it not matter no more? And I believe 6ix9ine, when he gave guys 20 years in jail. All the guys he was like, but he fucked my wife. But he did. That means nothing. There's a man that works in a bodega that never been a criminal in his life, see some shit, and he won't tell.
Before we hear from 6ix9ine, my question to that would be, what does that have to do with the music? Now, 6ix9ine
exactly
music, right? 6ix9ine music is trash. I do think 6ix9ine music was for an era. He made really good music at a point. Right now, bro, 6ix9ine hasn't made a hit, I don't know in how long, bro. Even the snippets he dropped, the songs he dropped, they not hitting, bro. Nobody is tapping in for 6ix9ine musically. But what does that have to do with the music, right? When 90% of hip-hop's consumers aren't from the streets. 90% probably ain't never been from the streets. I think y'all overestimate how many people truly grew up in the streets, even among, let's say, the black fans, right? The black consumers. I think y'all overestimate how many black people live or grew up in the hood, right? More black folks grew up outside the hood than in the hood. That's just a fact. So nah, bruh. If we ain't street dudes, the code of the streets don't apply to us, bruh, then why would it apply in hip hop and the music? Yo, go to any rap concert you want to go to this year. Go to the biggest rap concerts this year. 70% is non-black. Probably 80 to 90% is non-black. If we being 100% honest here, bruh, depending on who the artist is. Go to a Drake concert, 90% of the people there are not black, nor are they from the hood. So I feel like that shouldn't matter at all, right? But that's his complaints against 6ix9ine. He blames 6ix9ine for kind of taking away all the rules. Well, 6ix9ine responded in probably the best way to respond back when you indeed did rat. Like, most of these dudes would just deny it, but 6ix9ine told, like, in clear as day, on the stand, pointing their finger in 4K. So he responded in the best way possible, which was pointing out the hypocrisy. Fat Joe is talking that real Igga stuff. He's talking that man code and honor, morals and ethics, integrity and principles. Well, 6ix9ine kind of ripped that apart and kind of revealed how he can't talk about integrity, morals, and principles.
If I crown myself the rat leader, he crowned himself as the cap leader. He didn't rob no 50 at no gym. That yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Okay, now
which one's my camera?
He trying to come back for some get back.
Yeah. This one? That one? Yeah, Fat Joe, you're a like you're a I'm not even gonna lie, you're a captain of the cap. Like nobody believe, even your co-host who's Jadakiss don't believe you. Every time you say a cap, that like like, but like I said, you gonna go
flag, like
and
flag on the play.
And my next song, I even say I be spitting so much facts that I make jokes to distract me. That's the next bar in my song. Don't like the truth, so y'all make jokes to distract me. We know this lying, right? All right, yo, listen to me. Listen.
But there's
to
a lot
me.
of people that say he ain't lying.
He ain't lying.
Yeah.
All right, which one's my camera? If Fat Joe is not lying, the next person on the Dancing Project, bring Big Pun's son. Bring Big Pun's son on the Dancing Project. Welcome back.
Chris Rivers.
Welcome back, y'all. Let's skip this clip. Watch when he see this clip, he gonna hit up. Yo, Chris, don't do that. How much money you need? Out of here. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, you just said a lot. You just said a lot.
Bring Big Pun's son, even on the verses. Remember we was
now
facing
6ix9ine
Ja
getting out of
Rule?
hand. He trying to go
And they
crazy.
said, don't play that shit. That's Big Pun. Don't do that. Don't do what, fat bitch? You talking about, nigga?
The reason why 6ix9ine is saying bring Big Pun's son, because Fat Joe is talking that integrity, morals, and principle stuff. And when it comes to the streets, right, again, by your rules, isn't it thorough if you take care of your dead homie's family? If you do right by them with the business? You can't say, hey, the streets got a set of codes. I'm only going to follow this code. Your homie died, you supposed to take care of the family to the utmost. You supposed to make sure they straight. Yo, I don't care if he signs you. You supposed to make sure, hey, bruh, right, the money go to the right places. Well, the reason why he brought up Big Pun's son is because that's not been the case, all right? They've been accusing Fat Joe of stealing money that they deserve from Big Pun's discography for years. Fat Joe even came out at some point and said that he gave him $1 million, and they said that's not true.
Right, so when she came to me and told me that, we did 2 projects and we got her, not us. We didn't take $1. We got her $1 million for her and the family. Now she ran through it because she was used to spending that money. She comes back, I write her a check out my pocket, boom, and I'm like, yo, it ain't no more after this.
Big Pun and wife will say that's cap. She never received $1 million from Fat Joe, and they filed a lawsuit against Fat Joe. And as far as I know, I think she either won the lawsuit or the lawsuit is still currently going on. But they sued Fat Joe because Big Pun was receiving royalties and none of the money was going to the family. Fat Joe would tell him, hey, man, listen, man, ain't no money coming in, man, listen, it's going to prior obligations. But then they would do like their research and they'll find out, no, there's actually money coming in and the money is actually being collected by someone.
And so we find ourselves in situations like Liza Rios has with Joe Cartagena, Fat Joe, where, you know, you got to file a lawsuit to figure out what actually happened and to find out where is the money. So today, although Fat Joe's lawyers originally filed an answer in the case, they subsequently filed a motion to dismiss, as did Jelly's Jams, not claiming that they don't owe any money, but just making technical legal arguments that basically saying that Liza can't sue them for one reason or another. We feel pretty good about the hearing. There was a hearing that took place today, oral arguments for our side and for Jelly's Jams and Fat Joe to talk about why we believe that they should be kept in this case and why we believe that they basically had fiduciary duties, meaning a higher standard than a breach of contract standard to pay Liza monies that were due her husband so that her family can benefit. You asked if it was a rehashing. Well, in some ways, it's the same issue. The big question is, where's the money, right? So, and there's some new information has come to light just of late that is setting some light on what happened to the money. And so that's really why this lawsuit is
They
being
said, show me
filed
the
now.
money, the money,
You know,
money,
over
where's the
time,
money?
you know, you're supposed to get royalties twice a year or whatever, and most of the time the accounts are saying they're unrecouped. So when an artist is getting statements that say they're unrecouped, there's really no reason for them to think that there should be money there. In this particular case, we found the reason to believe that there really should be some more money there, and that is that we found out that in foreign territories overseas that the writer splits are not properly reflected for the songs the way they should have been, and that's indicating that there was some money that was collected there that shouldn't have been collected. So that's where we're after. We're trying to pursue that. Actually, the important thing is that now artists are also getting paid for that money. ASCAP and BMI, the traditional, societies that collect money for songwriters, have been able to collect money for those streaming services and other, new technology types of services.
I don't know about y'all, man, but I just believe, man, right, from my perspective, that doing something like this, from my perspective, is objectively worse than telling on criminals. That's just me, though. Okay, like that. That's just me. All right.
Y'all, I don't know. That's crazy, man. I don't know. Hey, y'all, let me know what y'all think. Is Fat Joe lying or 6ix9ine lying? Let me know in the comments what y'all think. I appreciate everybody that tuned in for this video. Appreciate everybody that be here every video. My day ones, I love y'all. I can't do this without y'all. I do this for y'all. Y'all know that. But make sure you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hey, and we're going to be back with more. It's your boy B.O.E. Bass. I'm out. Peace.